Welcome to the 2016 North Charleston State of the City Address. The following will be presented to you by the future of North Charleston, our youth. We are happy to partner, as you will see, with our schools and these students. But first, a word about 2015. Last year was like no other that we've ever faced. The national media descended on North Charleston in response to the shooting of Walter Scott. This murder took away a father and a son from the Scott family and had the prospects of dividing the community. A quick arrest of the officer and a charge of murder were made, and a rebuilding of trust immediately commenced. In the months following, a settlement was reached with the estate of Walter Scott without the need for a lawsuit. The incident now solely lies in the hands of the judicial system. Instead of a splintered city, the result was a stronger community with forward-looking efforts to ensure a lasting bond between the police department and the people it serves and protects. An immediate result was to finish equipping our police force with body cameras, a process we began before the tragedy occurred, as well as asking the Justice Department to assist us with a plan to further bolster our police department's already in place community outreach. I am proud that Police Chief Eddie Driggers keeps an open mind and heart towards the community, and I believe that he has built a more responsive yet gentler department than we had in the beginning of 2015. Looking forward to 2016, we must find a way to instill into our youth that violence isn't a problem solver. This is my plea to the community, churches, parents, grandparents, and siblings to help us impart a different attitude into the minds of these young people. The tragedy at Mother Emanuel Church has forever shaped our region. Let us never forget Senator Clementi Pinckney and his parishioners, but let us reflect upon the unity it brought. When an act so vile instilled harmony in the Lowcountry, it says a lot about the folks that call this place home. From the tragedy, I was happy to be a part of the charge to remove the Confederate battle flag from the State House grounds. I commend the state lawmakers for finally doing the right thing. From these significant events of 2015, let us continue to be one community. Together, all of our futures are brighter. Now I turn it over to our talented and capable presenters.
The North Charleston Regional Intermodal Transportation Facility is proposed for existing Amtrak station on Gavnor Avenue. This past spring, the City of North Charleston decided to partner with CARTA to assume the project management role for the design and construction phase and ownership of the facility. The 14,217 square foot transportation hub will provide connections between local CARTA bus service, Amtrak, and Southeastern Sages intercity buses. The $14.5 billion world-class facility will provide a gateway to the Lowcountry. A display room will celebrate the history of the station to spur cultural tourism in the Liberty Hill neighborhood.
Back in July 2015, the city posted an informational piece titled, "Are You Prepared for a Flood Disaster?" Little did we know that the resources provided would be so important come October. Early that month, South Carolina and North Charleston was faced with over 20 inches of rain in only a couple of days. Several areas of the city, including some that experienced no previous flooding, were confronted with up to 3 feet of water. During the flooding, the fire and police departments assist with rescue and evacuation efforts. Together, 90 residents and 20 pets were evacuated over a 52-hour period. Knowing that these displaced citizens were in a time of need, the city mobilized to offer as much support as possible for these residents. The city immediately opened shelters while many departments began coordinating a recovery effort. We wanted to get residents back in their homes as quickly as possible. Disaster assessment teams went house to house in affected areas to ensure the structures were safe to re-enter. In total, 246 assessments were completed. It was great to see the community and city rally to provide the level of support that was offered to all.
The North Charleston Coliseum and Performing Arts Center, along with the Charleston Area Convention Center, remain key attractions and ongoing asset to the city. In 2015, the three venues once again drew 1.5 million visitors. According to the College of Charleston's Office of Tourism, 54.4 million in direct local spending was attributed to the complex, a 1.3% increase over 2014, and using conservative estimates, the total economic impact of the complex was $91.5 million, which included $30.1 million in wages earned locally, again an increase over 2014. Enhancement to keep the complex up to date continued in 2015 with new carpeting, painting, and furnishing in the PAC and Convention Center. The update was the first since the facilities opened in the 90s. An even larger update will be unveiled in 2016 with the opening in the Coliseum Terrace. This is an identical expansion to the Montague Terrace on the opposite side of the Coliseum, with both the Montague and Coliseum Terraces open to handle concession and other facility needs. The concourses will be open for a better flow of traffic, greatly improving the patron experience.
In a key investment to drive redevelopment of Rivers Avenue, the city purchased the 20-acre lot at the corner of Mile Drive and Rivers in order for the Medical University of South Carolina to place its children's outpatient center on the site. Initially, MUSC will only need a portion of the 20 acres, so the city will transfer the property as the need expands. There are high hopes for the redevelopment of the commercial corridor along Rivers Avenue. We are seeing nodes of investment that have been undertaken or planned. Shipwatch Square, the development with MUSC at Mile Drive, new construction and a remodel at Remount Road, and Trident Tech ongoing education investment. On top of that, if the region in Carter adopts a bus rapid transit lane, it would only make sense for that to travel down Rivers Avenue, another catalyst for the corridor. The city is currently working on the development request for proposal for the Shipwatch Square site. Although we have had a number of parties interested in the property, we have yet to see a development team come with a specific commitment from a major retail grocery store. The city is committed to achieving a driving mixed-use development on the property to include a grocery store, additional retail, new housing stock, and possibly office uses. This RFP should be on the street by the end of the first quarter.
Westcott continues to bustle along. Our municipal golf course has a much greater reach into the community than your average golf course. Westcott is home to collegiate and high school golf teams, offering specialized golf instruction to wounded warriors and veterans, host numerous charity fundraisers every year, as well as events targeting youth participation like PGA Sports Academy and the National School Challenge Cup. Westcott's First Tee affiliation continues to be one of the highest ranked programs in the Southeast, with the highlight being autistic golfer Ricky Martin, who has a class of 4 A-level students. From the course to the clubhouse, Westcott's chef once again won the Taste of Charleston Black Expo competition.
Riverfront Park is cool. So cool that it hosted Lipton's Be More Tea Festival, which featured national acts of The Roots, Passion Pit, Walk the Moon, and others. What else cool has happened at Riverfront Park that day? How about Lipton breaking the Guinness World Record for the largest iced tea? The coolness doesn't stop at Riverfront Park. Matador Network, the world's largest independent travel magazine, named North Charleston one of the coolest towns in the United States. How cool was that? Okay, have we said cool enough? Cool.
When the Fire Museum opened in 2007, a mission was set forth to not only display the priceless collection of antique fire trucks to historical enthusiasts, but to use fire service artifacts presented in a fun, interactive manner to educate about fire safety. The attendance increase of 15% to 35,000 guests came from a number of efforts, including summer camp, school groups, and community organizations, and even through birthday parties, private functions, and events like Fire Prevention Week, Family Fun Day in conjunction with the fire department. Don't miss out on the fun and educational opportunities for your students and kids. Find out more at the newly redesigned NorthCharlestonFireMuseum.org.
There are so many great things continuing to happen in the police department due in part to the men and women who serve and protect. The department continues to develop relationships and trust with our youth through programs such as its COPS athletic program. Last year, the Powder Puff Football League gained more school participation and was featured as a part of the annual Sertoma Football Classic. The city has already been contacted by other public and private schools that want to take part in the league. These young ladies say through the league, they gained lessons in teamwork, cooperation, relationship building, and professional development. The CATS program also featured a soccer league, basketball and baseball league, and a spelling bee, all designed to interact with our youth and foster teamwork and self-esteem among them. Weeks before Christmas, officers paired with nearly 100 elementary and middle school students for the day, which concludes with a shopping spree at Walmart. Business partners and the volunteering of officers make this event special. In May, members of the department joined forces with the principal and staff of Dunston Elementary at a rally and marched to bring awareness to the gun violence among children. This following the shooting of 5-year-old Tyreek Gadsden, a student at Dunston. Our uniformed patrol officers continue to build relationships with the citizens we serve through the community roll calls. It is a chance for residents to come out and meet the officers that work in their neighborhood. And to enhance the department's already strong community involvement, the police department received a grant to hire 15 new neighborhood resource officers, which will be tasked with building stronger community relationships through long-term assignments within a singular neighborhood. What's the last thing a person wants from a police officer? A ticket, of course. Or is it? Last summer, the police department partnered with local nonprofit Metanoia to introduce positive ticketing. If an officer saw a young person undertaking a positive act, they would be stopped and cited a positive ticket, which was redeemable for goodies at a corner store, movie tickets, or other treats. The ultimate goal of the campaign is to strengthen community police partnerships and to encourage youth towards positive behavior. Chief Driggers said at the time of the launch, there are a lot of young people doing the right thing, and positive ticketing is a way for us to say thank you. There are so many great things happening in the department, and this is due to the men and women who set out each day to serve and protect the citizens of North Charleston and our visitors.
Let's pause for a minute from our student presenters and listen to some of our major corporations. Up first, Boeing.
Hello, I'm Beverly Wise. As Vice President and General Manager of Boeing South Carolina, it's my honor to represent our 7,500 teammates. We want to congratulate the City of North Charleston on another great year in 2015 and share some of our successes with you. 2015 was a year of growth that saw the opening of the new Boeing Propulsion South Carolina facility, which brings design and production work beyond our flagship 787 Dreamliner to South Carolina for the first time. With the opening of the Boeing Research and Technology Center here, we are also focusing on new technologies and advanced manufacturing. We expanded our local Information Technology Center. Both of these centers support leading technologies for the entire Boeing global enterprise. Every 787 airplane has a unique personality and airline brand that is displayed by the beautiful paint schemes. This year we will complete construction of our new paint facility, which will allow us to paint all the 787s here rather than flying them to contractor facilities. 2015 was also a year of production firsts for Boeing South Carolina. We assembled and delivered our first 787-9, the stretched version of the Dreamliner. We completed final assembly of the 100th South Carolina-built airplane. We delivered a record number of airplanes to our airline customers, and we began preparation for the introduction of the 787-10, another stretch of the Dreamliner, which will be built exclusively here in North Charleston. The Boeing South Carolina team is about so much more than our fabulous technologies and our beautiful airplanes. Our teammates make a strong impact in the local community. In total, Boeing contributed over $4.7 million to South Carolina nonprofits in 2015. Our Employee Community Fund, which are dollars donated directly from our teammates, contributed over $220,000 to 39 local charities, and more than 700 of our teammates volunteered our services to numerous agencies. This city's success and the success of our site are tightly woven together. We are so proud to be part of this thriving community. We look forward to even more successes together in the years ahead.
Thank you for the update, Boeing. And now a brief from Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Thank you to the City of North Charleston, Maya Summey, and the Council. We greatly appreciate all you've done, all you're doing, and your future support of Mercedes-Benz Vans. Mayor Summey and the City of North Charleston have displayed their tremendous support of Mercedes-Benz Vans time and time again. For example, when we announced in March 2015 a $500 million expansion to build a full production plant here in North Charleston. Mayor Summey and the community stood at our side and helped us working towards this expansion. Mercedes-Benz Vans is committed to the people and the economic development of the community, along with the goal of making this a benchmarking plan for the division. The plant is a key to our future growth in the North American van market. We are looking forward to creating more than 1,300 new jobs within more than 200 acres. We are building a complete new body shop, a paint shop, and a major expansion of the existing assembly line. Preparation for the construction of the new factory has begun, and we are ready to sprint into the future. We are looking forward to the planned expansion and job creation, and we are excited about our increasing involvement and support of the local community. Our team members are a major element of our success, especially now as we continue to grow. We have already started the hiring process for specialists, and we will begin hiring for the shop floor in 2017. As you can see, Mercedes-Benz Vans has come to stay, and we hope to welcome you as a part of our team in the near future. Auf Wiedersehen.
The North Charleston Fire Department maintained accredited agency status by the Commission of Fire Accreditation International with the unanimous vote from the full commission in October 2015. The fire department is one of around 200 agencies worldwide with the accreditation. Year after year, the fire department achieves a record call volume. 2015 was no different. More than 22,000 emergency calls were answered and an increase of more than 20%. That included 260 structure fires, and more than 13,000 of the 2015 calls involved assisting EMS with medical calls. In August 2015, the fire department took delivery of 2 new engines to maintain the proper equipment replacement schedule. In 2015, the city completed construction of the city's largest fire station. The new Station 2 includes 5 bays for active and reserve apparatuses and training classrooms, offices for the city arson investigation, and combines 2 previous separate stations that were both in need of replacement.
It's number time. Brought to you by the 27th consecutive year recipient of the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. You guessed it, the Finance Department. Assessed value of the taxable property throughout the city of North Charleston increased to $583 million over 3.6%. The city's property tax millage rate is 95 mills, which has remained constant for the last 3 years. The value of a mill is roughly $583,000, an increase over 80% over the value just 10 years ago. This is attributable to the continued excellence, commercial and residential growth throughout the city. The same growth should add another $1,500,000 to property tax collections for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2016. General revenues increased 5.7% over $8.3 million. Likewise, expenditures increased $8.3 million, a 7.9% increase. This was primarily driven by an increase in public safety personnel and capital-related costs, along with the settlement with the state of Walter Scott. Offsetting expenditures, the city received and managed 20 grants, totaling $3.2 million in additional revenue, not otherwise accessible, in part to our many retail destinations and other retail establishments for which we are grateful. North Charleston remains South Carolina's gross retail sales leader for the 23rd consecutive year, with sales totaling $6.86 billion from 2014, the latest year reported.
The city saw a 25% dip in overall building construction valuation, totaling $515 million. The major decrease were in the commercial upfits and renovation categories. However, we saw a slight increase in new commercial projects, moving from $120 million to $124 million. Several large-scale construction programs came to a close, driving down the valuation. But with continued large-scale expansions, we expect this number to increase once again in 2016. On the residential side, we saw a 29% increase from 2014 to 2015, with valuation over $51 million. Let's take a look at all of the numbers at once. For those interested, you might want to hit the pause button.
The Planning and Zoning Department's mission is to monitor growth and development within the city and work to provide communities and business with information to help sustain the local economy. And realized and planned developments, 290 single-family and 56 apartment units received certificates of occupancy. However, 1,520 apartment units are at some stage of development, with an additional 1,200 units contemplated but with no plan submitted. On the commercial side, the Planning Department reviewed 370 site plans throughout the year. Significant plan developments that are underway include Trident Technical College's new Aeronautical Training Center. MercedesBenz Vans Manufacturing is expanding its operation on Palmetto Commerce Parkway. Clemson University Restoration Institute Graduate Center building addition is underway. WABCO has been approved for the construction of 146,000 square feet warehouse building to be located on Patriot Boulevard. The Center Point area by Tanger Outlets continues to grow. Atlas Commerce Center warehouse is currently under construction. Favor Plaza office development will be located on Leeds Avenue in front of the existing Cummins manufacturing plant. Boeing continues to expand its operation with a number of projects underway. The Jerry Zucker Solar Park is currently under site plan review. The 3.29-acre site is located on Leeds Avenue. These projects are no doubt significant, but the hundreds of small commercial projects undertaken by small businesses and individuals should not be overlooked. Small business remains the backbone of our community.
Like cultural arts, we believe our recreation programs are essential to raising the quality of life and general welfare of our residents. To complement our green space and facility around the city, activities and athletic are offered to each segment of our population from youth to seniors. Notably, the recreation department year after year is named a Playful City USA by Kaboom, a nonprofit dedicated to promoting play for America's children. And what could be one of our most impactful programs, Aquatics continues to provide highlight after highlight. During 2015, our 4 city pools hosted over 15,000 swimmers for open or lab swim and provided nearly 50 jobs for area teenagers in the summer. Included in those numbers are thousands of elementary students who utilize our facilities for free swim lessons over the course of the school year. Looking to the future, the city signed an agreement with Dorchester School District to build a natatorium that will bring the highest level of aquatics available anywhere in our states to our residents. In 2015, 2 after-school program sites were added, bringing the total to 13. 450 children participate daily. Some of the youth highlights include 800 participants in the summer camp, 3,000 participants at the Children's Festival, 240 bikes distributed which were assembled by police officers, 3,000 participants at Winter Wonderland, a holiday event for preschoolers, 4,000 youth athletic participants along with 500 volunteer coaches. And finally, to round out our programs, development of 2 senior centers will be soon underway, one on Dorchester Road next to the Fire Station 5 and the other in Northwoods neighborhood.
A key to a well-rounded city is a robust culture arts department. This is no doubt the case in North Charleston. A variety of free and fee-based activities in every art discipline were offered throughout 2015 and included a total number of 343 performances, 71 arts exhibitions, and 1,125 classes, workshops, camps that touched lives of nearly 98,000 program participants. Program highlights, yet only a small snippet of the department's undertaking, include the following. A special exhibition in September and October organized in conjunction with the 2nd Annual Slave Dwelling Project Conference, whose mission is to convene the attendees to exchange ideas, resources, and share perspectives and solutions for preserving African American slave dwellings for the future generations. The department was excited to kick off a new season of children's theater. Schools, daycares, and families can now enjoy performances at the North Charleston Performing Arts Center. In November, Culture Arts received a new director, Kyle Lom, the former coordinator on education, youth, and family. Along with a fresh perspective, Kyle brings with her a number of additional programs and events for cultural arts to manage, including the Charleston Marathon and the city's St. Patty's Day Block Party. She's also a violinist with her finger on the pulse of Charleston area's creative community.
40 years after opening its first public works facility, North Charleston unveiled a new state-of-the-art complex to streamline services from a central location within the city. The 42 million multi-building campus spread across 38 acres and houses public works functions. Adequate workspace, better equipment, and a centralized location are just a few of the reasons that the new public works is improving. And in turn, better services are rendered to the citizens and businesses of North Charleston. Evidence of the improved efficiency can be seen in Fleet Maintenance Division, which processes and completes over 6,000 work orders annually, nearly 4 times the volume in parts and labor than just 5 years ago. Technological capabilities at the new facility offers less downtime for a vehicle and allows for a much greater efficiency in both reactive and proactive repairs to the fleet. Construction for the North Side Drive extension was completed in 2015. The roadway project includes the extension of Ingleside Drive to Northside Drive with the connection to Weber Drive and also connects to Palmetto Commerce Parkway. The sanitation department is responsible for removal of residential trash and garbage and managed 56,159 tons of material, including 28.69 tons of e-waste during 2015. A route study was conducted in 2015 and new routes went into effect in January 2016. The route study affected approximately 6,000 residents and will allow the sanitation department to better serve the city and helps in measuring job performance and efficiency. Over the past 12 months, the procurement department processed over 9,000 purchase orders and 38 bid packages, totaling an overall spend in excess of $67 million. Design services for these projects have been completed and are ready for bid. Construction contracts that were issued and completed included Here's our major equipment purchases. Utilizing Gov Deals to provide the auctioneer services has brought in over $185,000 in additional revenue for the city.
Code enforcement is responsible for the enforcement of the health and sanitation ordinances for the city of North Charleston. They work to educate and encourage the citizens of North Charleston to maintain a neat and clean appearance of the property where they live. To ensure vacant buildings don't become a public nuisance, code enforcement oversaw the demolition of 25 structures, bringing the total number of demolitions to 1,446 since Mayor Summey took office. To keep the city clean, Code continues working individuals through the community service program. In 2,000 service hours, over 2,100 bags of trash and debris were collected in the right-of-ways, sidewalks, and properties cleaned in the neighborhoods.
Sure, Human Resources is best known for coordinating the hiring employees, and they received 2,086 applications in 2015. But much more responsibility falls on the department. Health and wellness initiatives such as in maintaining the city gym, health screening, blood drives, nursing coaches, among others, keep the city employees focused on a healthy lifestyle. New in 2015, Human Resource coordinated civilian response to active shooter training sessions to ensure employees are well equipped if such a horrific situation should ever arise.
Being its 2016, our Information Systems Department is truly a department we cannot do without. That's why a focus on cybersecurity is paramount. Upgrades to citywide email hosting and interconnectivity with the outside of City Hall facilities were made to include certain encryptions and cloud hostings. We've already told you too much. Shh, just remember.
I really want to thank the high school students who did this presentation for us. Getting them involved in their city government, I think, is very important as they move forward in their lives. Hopefully, out of their involvement, they will become community leaders within the city of North Charleston. We're very pleased to welcome 3 new city council members to our fold. Council members Jameson, Council Member Brown, and Council Member Kenny Skipper. The 10 council members and this one mayor are going to work diligently to make our community better. 2015 was truly a challenging year for all of us. But again, I think we came out of it a stronger community. And maybe it was time that we had to go back and look at some of the way we do business. I can tell you that the hearts of the council and the hearts of the mayor are in service to all of us within the community. 2016, we're going to make it a bright year. We're going to make it a year that all of us can be excited about and proud of. Thank you, citizens of North Charleston, for giving us the opportunity to serve you and an opportunity to make our world a little bit better.